Welcome to Fairfax with Fairfax. Follow us on our pilgrimage to the new world on YouTube, Keith Fairfax Comedy, Facebook, Keith Fairfax, and Instagram, Mr. Fairfax.
You heard it right, ladies and gentlemen. It is who you thought it is. Fairfax with Fairfax, and we're back. And this is a family episode. I
Yes,
got my
sir.
boy, DJ Phil.
Hello.
Hello. And that's right, that is the alternate Cosby theme playing in the background. Look at Theo, so young.
What a great show. I grew up to that show.
No, despite what, happened after the show, or maybe, not, let's talk about on show. Cosby was a hit on show.
Great show.
Not a top fiver for me, though. Some people have this nostalgia about the Cosby Show where it's like their big, that was the funniest sitcom in their childhood. And I'm like, it wasn't in mine.
There were a lot during that particular time frame. I mean,
In
during the actual era of when it was actually broadcast, definitely that would have to be top 5 on most people's lists. But
in your age group, I mean, you're a little bit older than me, but in your age group, that would be, is that holding for you? I'll say, let's go top 3. Top 5 is pretty big. Let's go top 3. Is Cosby's in your top 3? Like 90s sitcoms? Even though it was late 80s, 90s, that time period?
yeah, but I always remember that show being around. Nah.
But I would never
Not
go.
top 3.
Like,
Nah.
like-
top 5, yes, but not 3.
After school, I wasn't looking forward to the Cosby Show. That's what I'm saying. It just wasn't my type of. I wanted to see In Living Color.
Yeah.
I wanted to see Martin. I don't know why I wanted to see In Living Single so bad, and I don't even think I
We
watched
are living
Single. Ooh, it's a '90s time. But I didn't even find them funny. Like I really did. Queen Latifah was never funny. Opie wasn't funny. What's the other?
It was kind of more of it was hip.
It was,
It was
yeah.
of the time.
Right.
To
I
a
hear
T.
you. Yeah, very
Fresh
true.
Prince of Bel-Air too. You didn't mention that.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is in my top 3. Martin, top 3. And I'll even throw Family Matters in there because I look forward to it so damn much. That was like a
Urkel.
staple, yeah. Even though it's not like cutting edge funny, it's silly funny. That was in my wheelhouse of I gotta watch Family Matters,
You brought it up, so I got to mention it. I was actually going to be Urkel for Halloween one year.
Were you gonna go with the blackface?
I chickened out the morning of.
Wise choice. A decision, a decision that we now
And
find.
that's probably why, but my mom still makes fun of me for that every once in a while. Remember you were going to be Steve Urkel, Philip? And I just...
Did she know how funny? Like, did you dress up the night before? She was like,
If I said I was going to be Chuck D, I probably would have followed through with it, but
Nice.
it's all good.
Oh, man. So, like I said, this is Fairfax with Fairfax, and we got DJ Phil
Hey!
in the motherfucking his ass. And I wanted to have you on because I was like, we have so many, we know each other since high school.
Correct.
You were the resident high school DJ,
I was involved in a lot of stuff, yeah.
and I was a budding basketball prodigy.
There you go.
Before an accident befell me. And, you were able to continue on where I was not. But that's nor here nor there. I'm not going to get into, the basketball career I could have had or whatever.
You're a legend to me.
Yeah, it was intramural gym. It was 98. I mean, why was he playing so hard? Why was he D'ing me up so hard that never mind. Don't worry about it. It's a different time. We'll forget
Correct.
about that. But, you must have just, there's like popular in high school, then there's everybody knows you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. And it's funny, it's different for every person, depending on what high school they went to, about like, oh, like, were you a popular kid in high school or something like that? Riverhead didn't really have like, you couldn't hang out with the popular kids type of a thing. It's just whether you were a weirdo or not. But like,
Yeah.
but even the parties
Very
had a little bit of
accurate.
everybody though.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
It was a melting pot. No matter where you were, it was a melting pot. It was
yeah.
and then you would provide a little, what were those the nights that we had? What were they called? At Riverhead High School, there was not teen night. What the fuck? Not the pep rallies. You did something. There was some other night that you did where it might have been something to do with homecoming or something like that, but it had a name to it.
Oh my God!
A Riverhead themed night of something. It's killing me that I don't know the name of this, and I knew it earlier this morning. I was going to ask you about it. That's pissing me off. All right. But you used to DJ that, and that was the first time I was like, there are people coming up to you left and right, girls, this, that, and the other thing. I'm like, who the fuck is this kid? I'm like, this guy got it all, boy. It's just like you had to beat him off with a stick. It's like, must have been nice.
It was fun. Fun.
Your high school days it must have been nice.
The one thing that I always tell people is you couldn't have fucking tricked me back when we were teenagers into being like, yeah, well, when you're pushing 40, you're just gonna be still rocking and just whatever, like
having fun, working.
I never would have thought way back then that I'd still be DJing. I mean, obviously COVID screwed everything up a little bit, but we'll get back.
A good product goes a long way.
Yeah, but what we do, I never thought I'd still be doing it all these years later, but still love it.
And here we are.
Yeah, man.
Celebrating.
Hey!
And here we are. The crowd
hands
still
up.
roars. Man, speaking of which, things will be opening back up again soon.
Yes.
I can't wait. I mean, I don't drink nearly as much as I used to, but there was
good for you.
There was a time when I would hop in with you. We go to, let's call this place. I would say more of the Hampton Bays Buckleys. I would say the Hampton Bays Buckley. Well, you know what? Before that, it would be
Pick-a-Buckleys.
Right. Shout out to Chris Sutton. Shout out to my boy. But even before that, where would we get? Like, I remember going to Tide Runners with you, and
man.
I mean, when Long Island used to be fun.
Yes, sir.
When it was fun shit to do, when it was your Turtle Bays and your and your bar cars and your surf club. Yep, it's
Original
crazy.
Drift in. It keep going and going and going.
It's crazy how and what's left out here? Beach bar.
If we're talking about actual Hampton Bays, I mean, it'd be Beach Bar, Bordy Barn.
Yeah, and Bordy Barn. Who knows if that's going to come back? That shithole. I mean, not even a shithole. I mean, it's the best shithole.
It's very hands-on, not COVID friendly.
Boy, I mean,
or herpes. You get herpes at the Bordy Barn.
You can get a lot of things at the Bordy Barn. You get a lot of things. I got shit on my jeans. I got shit on my thigh at the Bordy Barn because I slipped in the porta potty and my beer fell in the toilet and it splashed up shit and just a nice soggy dumpling of shit landed right on my calf muscle.
You got a free stinky tattoo.
Yeah, it burned for like 2 weeks. Like it didn't actually burn, but it burned for 2 weeks.
The thought of it. Thought of it.
Back to Tide Runners. I would love taking it. You were like, oh, you want to hop in with me? We'll go to Tide Runners. You would DJ there. I forgot the owner's name at the time, or the manager's name at the time, but he was cool as shit.
Yeah.
Going down that slippery slope of steps that they had with DJ equipment was a motherfucker. I tell you that.
It was a lot of steps. It was a bit of a challenge if you were drinking just a bit.
Yeah. If we get a little tuned up before we go.
Being safe with your transportation, but hey.
Yes, I'd be 90% of the way there. You're like, come on, we'll have fun. Get there, have a lobster dinner. A 1 1/4 lobster dinner.
Well, that was very heartbreaking for the area when that particular location stopped, and that was it was just
gone.
Yeah,
it gone. But even before that, it was funny. I had a little a thing. I was like, because we're both from Riverhead, long time.
That's
so I went
to
find out. I was like, what kind of since we didn't know each other in our youth, like what kind of kid were you? Were you a Cheap John's kid or a Caldor kid?
Oh, what a good question.
This is like you're garbage if you bought school clothes from Cheap John.
Well, I avoided a lot of that bullshit because I went to Catholic school until 8th grade.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yes, however, I will confess I remember. There was this other.
Listen, if Father John touched you, this is not the time.
Oh, no.
This is not the time, all right? You tell me later, okay?
He's getting my ass whooped count.
As long as that's the only type of ass that he touched, okay? Huh?
Nah, dude, there was just, oh man, I'm so bad. There was just one sneaker store. It's funny you're talking about Caldors, or old Caldor was a sneaker store there. And that was where I used to go and get my sneakers until finally I was like, Mom, I want Nikes. And they were kind of like, no, you got to pay for them.
What were you getting before Nikes, though? A Sketcher? You look, you might have a little Skechers in your
some
life.
Cheap shit, bro. I have to get you the picture. You can show it when you view this. There is a picture that still hangs on the wall in my mother's house of me and my brother sitting on a sled with no snow because all the snow had melted. And I got the cheapest pair of fucking sneakers you ever seen with fluorescent orange laces. And I think my brother had another, I think McGregor's.
Wow. I know McGregor's. I hear you.
Fluorescent yellow laces.
At least he was rocking a name brand. McGregor's were, you know what? They were cheap, but everybody had them though. So it wasn't like, nobody had on a Jordan. You know what I mean?
I think that's what my brother had, McGregor's, and I think I had something that was even worse than that. I just can't even remember what the hell it was.
I forgot. I'm trying to think what the black equivalent of McGregor's were at the time. I mean, you could get your
the Marbury shoe was cheap.
No, that wasn't. A billion sold in China.
Yeah, it's true.
I remember we were at Cinema Rich's basketball courts. I wish I could. I gotta ask Corey, who was there that time. But this kid was going up the court with a pair of Marburys on. He went up for a layup, and the whole bottom of the whole sole came off the bottom of them shits on a layup. All the strings popped and everything. We were looking at. We're like, this isn't even like real yarn. It was just like some material, like 3D printer material that they laced in, and this shit just exploded on the way up for a layup. I wish I could remember who it was. I'd out his ass. Oh man, that shit was crazy. We couldn't wait. He was like, "Yeah, New York Knicks, Marburys." You know what I mean? It was just like, as a bum. I was like, fucking guy.
His New York sales were not too good during his years on the Knicks.
Went to China and beasted them.
Yes, he did.
And he has a statue of himself. It's like, what? No, there's Yao Ming and then Marbury.
I watched a special. They put a special out about him like a year ago.
No one. Why would you watch that special? You have kids,
COVID,
a
dude.
Family of a business. Well,
I've been home chilling.
And you had enough time to watch a Marbury special?
Yeah.
I know you had too much time in your hands. If you have enough time to watch a Marbury special, you have too much time in your hands.
He's a New York guy. Root for the New York guys.
Jesus. Speaking of your Knicks, I mean,
I knew this shit was coming.
They're around 500. That's what the Knicks are a good around 500 team.
They are 14-15, 29 games in.
Look how you know that. I hate it. Sickens me how you know
seed in
it.
the East.
Are they?
I mean, if you look at the actual standings, it's like, 1.5 games separates seeds 5 through like 12.
Yeah, I understand them.
But they're 6.
I mean, it's funny. If you could actually go to the Garden, you probably would have been a couple games this year already.
100%. 100%.
I mean, you know what?
A lot of people don't know that I'm a diehard Knicks fan.
Listen, you're in a nowhere. We're in
a bad one.
We talk almost daily through either group text or
fuck James Dolan. Piece of shit, you robber.
He does so well with the Rangers. He lets hockey people handle hockey shit.
Yep.
But when it comes to the Knicks, he loves it. He's like, I have to be the reason why we won, and it just. He was like, "Hey Isaiah, you're my friend. Come fuck up the team for a little bit." It's like, what are you doing?
We'll let you run the team until they're really bad. Then you can try and coach.
Golly, I'm surprised you didn't ask him to suit up.
Yeah,
Dolan. It's always something. Then the whole Oakley fiasco. That didn't look good.
But you know what though? I feel good about the Knicks. I again, listen.
What's good? What's feeling good about the
Good
Knicks?
is not what it's been, and it's been that way for way too long. Way too long.
It's just some hot dog shit.
Respectable with at least people being able to say, you know what, they're well coached, they're playing defense, they're not trash. Maybe we sneak into playoffs, and then we see what happens.
Understandable. You know what's funny? I just saw somebody put up
just the toxicness of it needs to go away.
It's a clean.
It'll never totally go away because Dolan still owns the fucking team. But
you're running a clean ship right now.
Yeah.
Nobody. I mean, what can you say negative about the Knicks? I mean, other than day to day, you don't like this about this game that they didn't do or something like that. But as far as the effort, you kind of got. I'll watch a Knicks game just because I want Knicks. There's a couple of Knicks fans on like Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that just annoy me. So I have to be able to look at the game and say like, are they really this good? Because the way people talk about Julius Randle, it's like, hey. I have him on one of my fantasy teams, so I know he's doing all right. But people make it sound like, oh, he's getting snubbed. He probably won't get picked for the All-Star game. I'm like, it's Julius Randle.
His numbers make him an all-star. He's obviously not getting voted on.
I mean,
maybe he makes it, maybe he doesn't. It's going to come down to the coaches' vote. But
I don't feel like he's getting. If he doesn't,
he's
make
balling
it,
his ass off this year.
Yeah, but if he doesn't make it, no one should be like he got snubbed. You know what I mean? He just, it just worked out that way.
There's a lot of guys in his position that are going to make the All-Star team in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, and the team probably above 500 also.
How many games would they have won without him?
Listen, he is beast. I'm not going to shit.
Maybe 3 or 4.
I'm not even going to shit all the way on the Knicks because my team isn't doing too much better than the Knicks right now. I mean, we've been battling COVID. The Knicks have been healthy. That's the biggest thing that you guys haven't had guys miss games because of COVID.
We're missing our first one this weekend because I guess San Antonio has people with COVID.
Okay, yeah, it makes because
they're not going to play that game.
Cleveland, they're out. There's a couple of games that coming up that people are all just. They says PPD, so they're they got to sit out.
It's fucked up because it's COVID this, COVID that. Whatever happened to good old AIDS?
When you knew what you're getting. Well, it was that was the roulette. You put your right foot in, you take your right foot out. AIDS. The common denominator.
That's right.
Funny. Knicks gonna be good. My Celtics suck. I don't even want to get into it. Well, we skipped so far off topic. Tidiness, how much fun I had there. Things opening back up. When did Cuomo say that he will allow us to go outside and play again? Like for real? Well, I said, isn't 11 o'clock coming for us or something?
Yeah, the most recent that I've heard, and again, I'm not going to drop lots of names and sources on the show, but my sources are amazing. They have been spot on.
I expect nothing else.
And all the announcements that have been coming the past couple of weeks, I've pretty much known about them since around Christmas. Mm-hmm. And again, I don't want to. I say this with my fingers crossed because
of course, things could change in a heartbeat.
Yeah, but apparently Cuomo is going to make an announcement that dancing will be allowed at venues sometime very soon, probably before the end of the month, when at least catering facilities are allowed to open again with 150 guests come March 15th. And I think everything else is going to be a domino effect after that. I've heard that restaurants will soon be allowed to go to midnight. And, it's just going to keep going from there. And hopefully as they issue the vaccine, it's just more and more. I mean, do I think this year is going to be normal again? Like the good old days, the 2019 days? Maybe not. But do I think it'll be way closer than last year? Hell yeah.
You think we have a normal summer?
I think it'll be pretty damn close. I think the last things to go are probably going to be the masks. I think this just.
I don't even
just
say
the
the truth.
It is,
I don't even give a fuck about the mask. Because if you say that we got a full capacity, but people got to wear a mask, it's like, all right, motherfucker, leave your mask on.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But I understand if you're dancing, you want to take a sip or something like that. You don't want to have to deal with, hey, I'm drinking a beer and you guys are nagging me about having. You don't want like a bouncer continuously having to tell people they got to pull their mask up on the. That's going to be a nightmare.
I dealt with that shit all last year.
I mean,
man.
That's a fight
tough.
waiting to happen.
Yes,
you know
it's
what
tough.
I mean?
Yeah.
Crazy.
But it's looking the best that it's been basically since a year ago, and I don't know, man. I keep my glass half full.
Do you have a little
See.
tidbit of information of the places, the venues that you'll be playing at that you want to, put the buzz out?
Well,
a bit of the old buzzkey?
I know for sure. I got my Claudio's dates for the summer.
Ooh,
which
very
is great.
nice. Claudio's always right on the water.
Yeah.
Jesus,
100%. Yeah. So that's fantastic. I have those dates in, and then again, I think it's just kind of the domino effect of it. I think once. Some of the places that I've had residencies at forever.
Right.
Once they're allowed to be open late enough, I think it'll just kind of fall back into place.
Claudio's is open air, so that should be one of the first ones to open up is outside.
Yeah, that's and the thing too. Claudio's last year we went a lot later than we ever have.
Right.
But that's because they have the space to do it.
Right.
They can do big numbers at 50% capacity because they have the space and they're outside. So shit, we went almost until Halloween last year.
Yeah, I went.
I know. I mean, I've been a DJ there for 15 years. I've never went that late before in a season, which I'm thankful for. But hey.
Hey,
you gotta vote with what you give it.
You had to. This was extreme circumstances. You got to milk what you can milk. Mm-hmm. Because you can milk anything with nipples. And if Claudio's has anything, it has nipples. Now I don't know. But you know what Claudio's did though? They set up those sections so nice where it's like, all right, there's maybe 20 spots around the bar, and then even if you're sitting off bar, there's those plastic screens set up, and it wasn't
sectioned very well,
and it didn't alienate you. Like it didn't make you feel like,
Correct.
oh, you know, like I feel like I'm in a box. You know, it was like you can get up a little bit, you can mingle a little bit, but you know, you gotta, for the most part, you know, everybody knew, don't be a dick, stay in your area. You know, makes it hard for a single guy like myself to meet women. It's like, you know, scratching the glass, like, hey, you, pull your, get your friend, get her.
You pull your mask down.
But yeah, it made it tricky. Why does it sound like it's? You hear that, right? I did it. That's good.
Edit that. Oh,
Yeah, we leave all those little tidbits in there. You know. But yeah, then I can't wait to go to Tide Runners. Yeah, that green, the mist from the water when it splashes against the pier is good for my skin. Getting a little dry, so could use a little of that.
you oil it up.
Yeah, you know.
Get some.
Oh man, but yeah, it'd be nice just to eat outside, hang again, kind of. You know, we just take for granted that, like, I know even you know, the grind of being out, you know, being annoyed by people. Now you probably look forward to, hey, being out, being annoyed by people. You know? Hey Phil, can you
We
play?
were talking earlier about all the times that we rode out together. There are plenty of times on the ride back where I was probably absolutely going on and on about whatever dickheads I had to deal with
Yeah.
while I was playing music that particular night. Because there's always a few.
Can you play
Especially
Ariana
when it's
Grande?
open to the public.
Man.
It's all good.
I guess I'll ask you, since I have you here, and you know, no one will be the wiser. But how do you feel about taking requests?
Oh, that's a good question. I get asked that all the time by couples at weddings.
Like, how do you really feel deep down inside? How do you really feel about taking requests?
I don't have a problem with people making requests as long as they're okay with what my response is to their requests.
All right, that's a fair is fair.
You know, and you got to remember, I've been doing this for 20 years. So, like, you know, every once in a while, someone actually will ask for a song, and I'll be like, come here, come around. Look, I'm playing that shit next.
Right.
Spot on. All right, cool. You figured this song sounds good with another song that you like, and that is what I'm actually doing. But, you know, when you get that, you know the song sucks and it's not going to work. It's going to clear a dance floor. It's going to annoy somebody. If it's a private event and you were told not to play that, then you have to argue with them about it. And I'm a dick. I'll be the type to be like, yo, come here. Like, tell them that I can't play this shit, please, so they leave me the fuck alone. Like, I'll do that. But I guess I don't care as long as they're cool with my response. If they're not okay with my response and they want to either be rude, intoxicated, or whatever, they'll be gone soon. They're not going to last long with me back there in that booth.
I say if it's at a wedding, totally understand. I say if it's if it was like when you're at a bar or something like that.
Oh yeah,
and,
another one too at the bar. I know the owner.
You like that one? That's that's one you like.
No fucking shit, me too. Did you blow him? What the fuck?
So what if the response is yes?
Or her.
Or her. Come on now, let's be fair. Yeah. And but that's I always listen when people ask to request a song. So I'm like, you'll be playing, you know, say if you're playing, we'll call it a R&B type of dance, Chris Brownie type of
sure.
you know, weekend type of a set.
R&B pop.
Yeah, R&B pop. And then somebody's like, hey, can you play Sting? It's like, I mean, I don't think that's ever happened, but like, you know, it's like, come on, like you think, so after CB, Chris Brown, you think that you're just going to switch to Everlast? I mean, well, I guess Everlast could actually go after that. You know better than me. I don't.
Well, I mean, listen. The key to DJing is keeping it as consistent and melodic as possible without, you know, deferring too far from what it is you're actually doing. But you know, I mean, I'll never forget it without naming the location because they're not getting any credit from me. one time, a girl whose wedding we were DJing came out for her bachelor party at a particular place. Me and PJ Ratsky were DJing at. Shout outs to PJ. He's in a group chat. He's in a group chat.
DJ PJ.
Yeah. And this girl had the weirdest playlist for her wedding, and she wanted like, I don't know, it was like folk music or something. It was ridiculous, and like, what do you do? This girl's paying you thousands of dollars to DJ her wedding, and she's out for her bachelor party, and you know it's not going to work. And I remember, thank God, there were some.
I thought you meant at her wedding. You meant she wanted this.
No, it was in public. She came out in public for her bachelor party before her wedding. Oh, if it was a wedding, whatever the hell you want. This was a different setting.
Yeah, did she hire you for that?
Nah.
So, I mean, all right. Well,
they came out for what I was DJing. And I remember, thank God, I had mutual friends that happened to be out with her because I guess they were coworkers, and they were like, Phil, we'll just dance to it anyway. And I swear to God, I put it on. I let it rock for like 2 minutes.
I mean,
and I remember looking in the back part of the dance floor, and there were just people back there,
That face. So just like,
And I'm just like, I mean, listen, that's happened to me 1,000 times. There's nothing you can do about it.
Right.
Hey.
I mean, I often ask you to play Prince, so I mean,
I would die for
you. Yeah. Tell me what you want me to. I like a guy who talks with a little bit of
Mm-hmm.
I was a big Rick James fan because of that. He talked with that
Rick James is tough.
Yeah.
James is tough.
You got to spit into the mic, grab it, fuck it,
abuse it,
and,
have your way with it.
Yeah, and then you throw it back to the crowd. Now you take that.
Yeah, with a stain.
Oh man. Let's say we had a little bit of time before we wrap up this. We do it in quarters, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's see if I want to touch on something real quick. Oh yeah, remember the? Let's see where we at here. Cinema Rich's board. Yeah, Cinema Rich's. What the hell is it called? Cinema Rich's.
Buckley's.
Cinema Rich's Buckley's. I forgot. Oh man, I'm combining.
My spot, man.
I'm combining two stories, but there was somebody. It was almost like there was one kid that just wanted to fight everybody one night. He was like a short, skinny white kid, and he was trying everybody's luck that night. And you finally had enough and threw him out.
Oh yeah. Wow.
He claimed
I can't believe you remember that shit.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
Yeah, I remember.
That's because he kept throwing your name around. That he knew you. That's why he was like able to stay around and be a dick for so long.
Something happened where this kid, whose name I can't even remember off the top of my head,
not rememberable,
came out and was looking for somebody because of something, and he left. And then he came back with some other dude
right,
who was totally interrogating everyone. And I remember finally, shout outs to Alden. Alden was doing security that night. We had some good times with Alden at Buckley.
Yeah, Alden bounce your ass out. Yeah.
And I remember being like, he's like, I see him. I was like, all right. And whatever the hell happened, he was some little Italian kid, and he called Alden a Goomba. And, something to that, and Alden was like, what's that? Like, is that racist? He's like, what?
And then Super Mario.
Yeah, I mean, within 30 seconds, they were.
That was funny though. Yeah, every bit of that was hilarious. Called him a Goomba. I knew there was a funny situation that happened because he called him a Goomba. That's hilarious. Oh man. All right. Well, we'll get back into it after the break. This is Fairfax with Fairfax. This is Beat with DJ Phil.
Boom.
And we'll be back right after the break. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Tom Foote here. And today, things are looking up. I got my newest recruit. Recruit? What's your name?
Sound Avenue Bandit.
All right. Sound Avenue Bandit. I like it. Mm-hmm. I like it. And you come bearing gifts.
That's right.
I hear. What do you have for us today? Ooh. Woo. What we got here?
Well, I actually I was able to get that sword from a very dear friend of mine, Leonardo. He was homeless at the time.
Really?
Yes, he was homeless, and he offered me a variety of services. However, I turned them down because this seemed to be the most presentable.
And you came away with the sword.
That's right.
You know what? By hell or by high fire, I don't care what you gotta do. This is the type of gumption that we like in the foot.
That's right.
The Sound Avenue Bandit has what it takes. He's the first of many. Sound Avenue Bandit, welcome to the foot.
I'm in.
Coming to a foot near you.
Hey.
This is Phil's Battle of the Beats. What year is this?
2001, 20 years ago, bro.
You can catch that on Phil's Facebook or Instagram. White boys for life.
That's my boy Greg Gillen. Shout outs to Gillen.
Hilarious. See if we can hear a little taste of it. Hear that bass? That's how every car sounded.
Nice and popped. I remember this too. My fucking style's better than all of them. Then there's the O to the U to the S.
Oh my God. There it is, though. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Hilarious. Oh man, this is Fairfax with Fairfax. And we're back. Once again, DJ Phil joining me. Just watching his famous Battle of the Beats.
My guy.
Who was that with you, Frank? Who was that with? Was that Frank with
up
you?
on the stage. Nah, that's actually still one of my best friends today. It's Aaron Dorosky. We used to call him Capital A back in the day.
Capital A.
Yep, and Scotty Boy was back there doing a DJing, which obviously me and Scott are still doing this. So
with 3 blown JBLs, he was.
I think that was just more of a shitty VHS, recorded quality that it sounded like crap. Like, there's no way it sounded that horrible in the auditorium. Maybe it did. I don't know.
No, I mean, it probably sounded a lot better. I mean, that was, I don't even know what kind of cell phone took that. You know what I mean?
No, dude, no cell. You couldn't record on a cell phone.
Oh, right. That wasn't a cell. I was like, I'm like, what kind of cell phone had
that
the
was
capability
VHS. Yeah.
to record?
My boy Eric recorded that. Shout out to Weasel.
The Weasel.
Those were great times, though. That was like the beginning.
Yeah, it's funny. I couldn't get over the story. But speaking of the beginning, like we've always done dumb shit. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Me and you have done our fair pair of dumb shit.
A lot.
I've done our fair share. I don't know
a lot of shit we can't say on air, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean,
we could.
I mean,
maybe we'll go to jail. Fuck it.
A lot of it, you would have to say it was a different time.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
It was a different time. I mean, everybody was doing it.
Correct.
But did you see the story about the 40-year-old black lady who ran out of got to be glue and said, "Fuck it." Throw caution to the wind.
She went for the gusto. Yeah.
Throw caution to the wind. Lock that thing on up and throw some Gorilla Glue on that hoe. That is crazy. I can't believe, like, she kept it in for a month. She's 40 years old, so I don't want anybody to feel bad for, like, oh, it was like a 17-year-old teenage girl mistake of just, being dumb and young. No, she's 40 years old.
But, I mean, you got to read the label. You're not supposed to do that.
I think she read the label and said...
It said, hey...
I mean...
I'm going to roll the dice.
Got to be gorilla. What's the difference? It's crazy. She kept it in for a month. But you know what it is? It looked good for 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks.
So it got its fair burn before it became a problem.
Because you think about it like this. She ain't wearing no stocking cap. She ain't having no do-rag. She was just like, I could fall asleep. Like, she was like, yeah, I woke up like this.
Literally.
She got into 6 fist fights. Came out pristine. You know what I mean? Hair looked good. Face lumped up. Hair looked good.
I don't know, man. Certain things.
Do you have a drop of sympathy for her?
No.
But she got... So through GoFundMe, she got $15,000.
I actually did not know that.
People
really
sent her $15K. She's suing Gorilla Glue, which I hope she loses. I hope
she's never going to win that.
I hope they hire.
Dude, I've used Gorilla Glue
But
enough
it doesn't-
times in my life.
It
There
doesn't
are
say your
enough
hair, though.
warning.
The whole thing is it says your skin. It does not say your hair. So there is a a good enough lawyer can
I
make it happen.
suppose possibly just maybe, but I
Sue
really
for
hope
less.
not. I
People
really
sue
hope
for less
that's true too.
and win. You know what I mean? So I can't say she doesn't have a case. There's some guy that says if you don't pay me anything if I don't win. If she finds that guy who can make that promise and fulfill it.
$15,000.
$15,000.
Fucking GoFundMe.
Yep. Plus she got an agent.
We live in this world.
Plus she got an agent. She now has an agent for her career as a
Gorilla Glue victim.
Literally, that's what it is. As a Gorilla Glue victim, she has an agent. For what? Of what is the agent agenting? What?
I don't know.
I'm putting on a wig twice a week, tap dancing like Gregory Hines over here, and she has an agent that for being a dummy.
Wild. Maybe next we'll try cocoa butter.
Oh man, it just boy, it aggravates me. It just aggravates me to know. And then so someone else, fool, Gorilla glued a Solo cup to his lip to prove that Gorilla Glue ain't that good, and then had to go to the ER.
I did not know anything about this, and this happened just as recent as the other incident.
Within the last week, within the last 7 days of this calendar, he did that too.
And the Gorilla Glue worked, yes.
I mean, as far as sales should be going right now. I should have invested in Gorilla Glue a couple days ago. I bet you their sales are through the roof. I bet you their stock is probably booming right now.
Stock, for sure.
Damn, I should have threw in a couple bucks on Gorilla Glue. That's how you do it. Damn it. But that and then a YouTuber, some pink-haired silly put like a different type of Gorilla Glue in his hair to prove that she just did it wrong and also had to go to the emergency room.
But it wasn't Gorilla Glue. It was just a different type of.
No, it's Gorilla Glue, but not the one that she used. He used like the squirt. She used the spray. I didn't even know it came in a spray.
Just to prove a point.
Just to prove a point.
Unbelievable.
Yes. I am.
Listen, I will say we have Gorilla Glue tape and the glue and all of the DJ consoles just in case we need them for something. So listen, I know the shit works.
It does work.
But I'm not putting it on my body.
I'm tight. One, that she was black.
Of course you are.
First and foremost. Two, she's 40. Like, what are you doing? But then you know what really angers me about that? Some guys in a sleep with her still.
Yes.
We're so stupid.
Well, she's famous now.
No, but
you
listen,
said she got an agent.
Right. But some guy's gonna be her girlfriend. They're gonna be girlfriend and boyfriend, and then he's gonna have to one day wake up as she gets mad at him about something, and he's gonna have to look at her with a straight face and say what? Like she's gonna say, "Hey, I can't believe you did that dumb shit." It's like, whoa. Watch your tongue. Watch out now.
I mean,
I did what? I say what?
I mean, do you think whoever she's with down the line, like when he's, he's
how do you not bring it up?
Yeah.
Whenever she says anything about no matter what I do, don't nothing. You can't. There's no letting it go.
Or if some guy's taking it down, he's like, "Scream Gorilla Glue, bitch." I mean, does that happen? It could.
Oh man, that's gonna be the new. There's gonna be a product of. I mean, there's probably weed already called Gorilla Glue, but there's gonna be a strand of beer coming out called Gorilla Glue. You name it, a food, try the new hot dog, the Gorilla Glue, where it's mustard and honey on a you know what I mean. Look how it sticks.
That Gorilla Glue drink, it stays with you forever.
That's what it's gonna be. The drink. I didn't even think about it. The drink. Oh man, this summer the Gorilla Glue. Let me have two.
It involves Jägermeister.
Oh man, got it. I didn't even think about it. The drink. You're right. Oh man, we were talking about dumb high school stories earlier, and you said you had a good one.
Yes. Yeah.
Is this you or someone else?
No. This is something that I just remembered that we were talking about off air. Not one of my. I wouldn't say it's my favorite high school story, but it's pretty fucking funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
One up.
Yeah. Because the other ones I probably can't talk about here. So. for my own well-being.
It was a different time.
A different time, correct. Yeah, so, all right, so it was either my sophomore, junior year playing football.
Give me a year on that.
99.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I love that.
Go
When I get a
with
year, then I can put myself in my 99 shoes. I can put my 99 Air Maxes. I can put myself into my Jumpmans.
Danny Corey used to come to football practice on rollerblades. It was great.
Hilarious. Yeah,
great.
Danny, I can see.
That's my dude, though. Shout out Danny Corey. It's
hilarious.
My guy. So I remember we were out there doing the stretching.
Yeah.
Because you used to have
calisthenics.
Camp. Yeah. You used to have camp in the summertime. So you had the morning practice and then you had like the evening practice.
I didn't know you played football.
I didn't play all the way through.
But this is news to me that you play football.
My delinquency took over the further I got into high school, but that's okay.
Yeah, so you wanted to play with the bad kids and smoke cigarettes out front of school, huh?
Yeah, sure, cigarettes.
Pack of Reds.
So, again, I didn't go to public school until 9th grade. I was in St. Isidore, so I was not, I guess, around for the actual story, but I remember hearing about this one particular guy. We'll call him, I don't know, pick a name.
I like Joe's very evergreen. We'll go with Joe.
Okay, we'll go with
Joe.
All right, Joe Evergreen. So
Joe Evergreen.
Yeah, so Joe Evergreen apparently, and again, I was not there for this, but was caught taking care of himself when he was in middle school in the bathroom.
As a boy would do.
Young,
and curious boy.
Ejaculation.
Well, I mean, I was quite the curious critter myself in school, but I never quite got that far.
I mean, were you ever that hot at school?
My nerves were not
6th, 7th, or 8th grade.
I was too afraid of chicks to just pull out and present, beat, call it a day.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Hey,
well, welcome to the show. Hey, boy, you know how brazen that is?
Yeah.
Where was this at?
So I guess this
rumor as the rumor has it. Where's
apparently
this lie?
Joe Evergreen was caught whacking it when he was in middle school, and I was told this by some of my buddies on the football team because I guess apparently Joe Evergreen was going to play football that particular year. So we were out there, stretching, getting ready for regular practice or whatever.
How else do you get rid of the pregame jitters?
Yeah. Helps you get rid of the
My nerves are bad before every game.
So we're out there stretching. I don't even know who the hell this kid is. But so Joe Evergreen shows up to football practice for the first time ever, and he's running out to the field, and he has his football pants on backwards. Now, for people who aren't familiar with football, the reason you know this indefinitely is because the knee pads and thigh pads go on the front. They were on the back. So the knee pads and thigh pads were on the inside of his legs instead of the outside, and he's jogging out, and everybody's kind of like, what the fuck?
What position did he play? Do you remember?
Oh, man. He didn't play. I mean, he was on a team.
Maybe he thought he was so fast that you guys would only be trying to tackle him from behind anyway. So he was
one of those. I mean, again, in my heyday, he was one of those kids that you just want to throw a fucking egg at. Like
some kids have that face. Some kids have that face, that egg in the face.
He's just
look.
one of those types of dudes.
It's like, ooh, I just want to throw an egg in your face.
Yeah. So like, I can remember my buddies being like, "Yo, that's that fucking kid," like, da-da-da-da. And I'm like, oh God, like, yo, he's got his pants on backwards, and we're all working out and shit, getting ready to start practice. And I remember he came out, and it was just like everyone's looking at him. And it's a football team, so you had all levels of high school there, so there were probably a good 75 kids out there from freshman through varsity. And I remember finally he comes out and he's trying to, I guess, stretch, like, Coach Shea pulled him aside and must have been, tell him like, listen, buddy, your football pants were on backwards. And I remember as soon as he pulled away and started walking, I don't even remember who it was, but somebody was he must have been jerking off. Yo, dude. I swear to God, I must have been laughing all the football practice. Like, I couldn't focus on catching or running or throwing. Like, it was the funniest shit ever, dude.
Because you know what it is, though? He put he put on one leg, right? Then he waited for you guys to run out, put on one leg, started to get dressed with everybody else, waited till the coast was clear, quickly took care of herself. You know what I mean? Just a thigh high five, took care of herself, then like scrambled to get out there so he could try to be with the guys as they all came out, realizing like, hey, this is taking a long time.
All I remember is that we were already, like, he was probably 15, 20 minutes late. Because we were already stretching and shit. I mean, you like you kind of do some light, like runs around a track, and then you start stretching, and it was just like, what is he doing?
There's a quick beat, and then there's walking down Beach Street.
He did both.
Damn.
He beat it, then he hit Beach Street.
Jesus.
With his pants on backwards.
I mean,
and this was a good 6 or 7 years after Crisscross, so he wasn't trying to be fucking cool wearing his clothes backwards.
Crisscross will make you
jump.
Believe that.
What up, Chris?
You got to believe that. I'm trying to think if I ever did something wildly dumb. And you know what? We were just too. Everybody was savages. Like you couldn't make. You could barely make a mistake in color coordination and walk around school.
Sure.
Let alone, just doing wild dumb shit. I don't. Yeah, everybody had to be on point all the time. I mean, especially if you thought you were cool, and somebody had to to show you were not.
Yeah.
That was high school for us though. Was just a battleground of just crashing on each other, and making it just every day. You're just gonna be made fun of. Like you're gonna be made. Like I was made fun of every single day, and I'm not gonna make myself sound like a victim. I initiated a lot of the making fun of.
You still do, Keith.
I do enjoy making fun of others still to this day, correct? I give it how I dish it. I'm always down for a make fun sesh.
Yeah.
Like, hey guys, let's make fun of each other for a little bit. Let's point out our flaws and weaknesses and make fun of each other. Let's talk about our innermost darkest secrets.
Yeah, and then talk shit to each other about it for the next 20 years. Yeah.
You know how like I can let's never let anything go. Just bring up everything, all the hurt from forever. Oh man, I mean I can't even think of something so wild that I did. I mean, Valentine's Day just passed. I was trying to think of like even something like sappy I did for a girl. I mean, I definitely
did you buy anyone flowers Valentine's Day?
No, I didn't even know it was Valentine's Day till the day before it was Valentine's Day. Yeah, I had no.
It's the first time I didn't DJ on Valentine's Day in a very long time. Very long time.
I mean, it was weird for you not DJing on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
At what's your face?
Theater.
The theater. Yeah.
Yep.
That was weird. Speaking of which, when you were as a young, so you went to Catholic school,
mm-hmm.
but the black community embraced you, I would say, with open arms.
Sure.
So this will be for the home 20 as I think the song goes. But did you ever? Let's just see. This is to see if you ever made it into these places. Did you ever make it into Lena's?
Nah, I wasn't going there. I was kind of young though. Like
you like to get your hands dirty,
Yeah.
You might have went in there and cut a rug. Did you ever go to Bar Car?
Nah.
Club 91?
No, but
probably yes, but not for Club 91.
Yeah,
you went to the Veil of
it. The difference between the other places you named and Club 91 is like I was kind of young for that. Like, no, again, how we're talking more than 15 years ago.
Yeah,
how strict were they really with the IDs and shit going there?
They're more of a free-for-all.
Yeah, but
you would have stuck out because you were white.
I still would have known everybody.
No, you would have known everybody. No, you would have known from the door to the DJ. You would have known them all. I might even let you hop on and do a set.
The difference, though, with that and Club 91, Club 91 was still popping when I was DJing up the road at Diggers. Like, I can remember doing Thursday nights at Diggers when, the night would be over and all of a sudden I'd see this one, that one, and the other one while I'm packing up. I'm like, yo, where you coming from, man? Club 91. Hey, But, that was also a short-lived thing back in the day, too. So, yeah.
Right. All right. Did you
Thanks for the embracement.
Did you ever get a fate at the establishment called Uncle Philly's?
No, I never got my hair cut there.
I never your black card is slowly slipping out of your hands.
I know.
You're going to have to eat pig's feet in order to get back into the community at this point.
I always had different friends that were already barbers, so it was just kind of like, then as I got older, they weren't, giving me a fade at the crib. It was, then they started working at this shop, that shop, the other shop.
I got you.
So I never...
I pretty much had the same. I pretty much had my same bar my whole life, also. So I can't really. Yeah, shout out to Rashad.
Word.
Did you ever go to a establishment called Bar Burkers?
I don't know if I know.
Bar Burkers sold like penny candy. It was on that back road in between that barbecue place and that ice cream place. Tight. I can't think of either one of their names. The ice cream place on that back road by Bowie One.
No.
It's now a Spanish cockfighting arena. I don't know what the fuck goes on in that bitch now. You know what's funny? I've never seen so many groceries stuffed into a place ever before in my life. And I've never felt so unwanted in my life. I'm like, hey, it's like this used to be an ethnic turning point around here. You know what I mean? They have turned it into they got eels hanging up in that motherfucker. Now it is crazy. Yeah.
I never been there. I've been to Desirables.
Desirables will get you. All right. What did you get from Desirables?
Jeans.
Do you remember the name of the jeans?
Well, I don't think it really mattered what the name was. It was whatever logo was stitched on there. I mean, I remember you could buy jeans that said Boss, Tommy Hilfiger, Fila, Fubu. It would say every fucking brand on the same pair of jeans. Like, it made no sense, but people rocked them.
Those light blue jeans.
They rocked them.
It's funny. It seemed like in my head, I thought everybody made those light blue jeans. Just thought it was a popular.
The ones I had would definitely. Honestly, you know what?
Pair of wheat Timbs.
No, this is bullshit too. I think I had Nike ones.
The Nike jeans?
I had jeans with the Nike logo on them. I swear to God.
I wasn't a Nike jean man. Yeah.
I mean, Nike did not make those jeans.
Yeah, I don't think I was. I was like, Nike I'm trying to think about Nike jeans. I'm like, I was like, I don't even remember Nike having a jean. All right.
No, I don't think they ever did. Yeah. I mean, maybe they do now. All these clothing companies have everything, but back then, no. Nike did not have jeans.
They took They took the little tchotchke off the sneaker and sewed that motherfucker right on the jeans.
I am tempted to go through drawers in my mother's house now and see if I can find that pair. That's an artifact.
Yeah, I mean, they don't even waste the money to put them on anymore. I don't think, unless they're like retro something of the others. But oh man, that's hilarious. I'm trying to think of other places you might have ventured into in your youth. Just being curious in Riverhead.
Baseball corner.
Baseball corner, okay.
Mm-hmm. That was a fun one during my prime card collecting days, which is actually a huge thing again now.
Yeah, card collecting
huge
is.
Thing.
There's
some serious money in that actually.
I'm into it actually. I have a lot of them. Yeah,
okay.
I'm into it myself. Yeah. Let's see what else. You know what? I guess even on a broader stroke. We have every fast food restaurant in town.
Sure do.
Are you a Burger King, Wendy's, McDonald's guy? If you're gonna have a burger joint, you're gonna go to a fast food burger joint. Who you hit?
Burger King.
Wow, that's such a white thing. White people love Burger King. You would think that I think black people will push more towards. I wish I could have a poll. I think we're Wendy's people now, but McDonald's commercials. You can't find a white person in a McDonald's commercial now. Boy, they got
you beat me to the punch.
Holy shit! They have totally just been like, nope.
I've seen they have like Bad Bunny doing them now. They got the reggaeton thing going on.
They're like, we're just gonna push the black people. We'll get whites. Spanish will come. Like
I have to. I mean, I honestly really don't mess with any fast food, but like
neither do I really.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying
if I was still DJing late night, it's like if you're coming home and
Right,
you're just
then I would
starving
fuck
because
with
you
you.
had a light
Yeah.
dinner or you did back-to-back gigs or something. Usually, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to Burger. But it's also because Burger King is the most convenient.
I would say
it's
I'm a
right
square burger Wendy's guy. I think I like that square
Wendy's is
patty.
solid though.
I get a little gluttonous. I like to dip a fry in a Frosty.
I mean, I guess you ever made love in a fast food parking lot?
I've swapped some spit. Yeah, I've swapped some spit. Now I've probably, if I really think long and hard, I probably have done a little something in a fast food parking lot. Yeah.
There you go.
Not like while eating or some wild shit like that. Not like we ate and then kissed.
Well, no, it's like you ate and then you ate.
No, I never ate and ate. No, yeah, the old meet and greet. No, I haven't done that. That's not a caveman. I got stared at, Phil. Rules.
No doubt.
Oh man. It's funny. Riverhead has changed a crazy amount. I mean, it is just it's wild how what we used to be able to do, back in the day to now. It's just you wouldn't even dream of it. You got kids now. It's
Facts.
You're not teaching them any of your you're not showing them any of your old game tape.
My son loves the old school hip hop. He loves it, and I didn't even push it on him.
Okay.
I didn't even push it on him. He likes it.
All right, this might allow you
that's
back into
where it is,
the black community. Old school hip hop. Give me your 3. 90s. Go 90s.
Oh, okay. So 90s
Hip hop.
90s old school hip hop. Groups, solo artists,
We go
everything.
solo artists first.
Solo artists first. Ooh, that's a good one. I've had a lot of time to think about this. This was in the 90s.
Okay. You had that whole decade to really kind of live it. And then
It's tough. Different guys, like all these years later, hit me in a different way. Solo artist 90s, definitely Nas and Biggie, which is probably some of the most generic answers you'll ever get.
yeah,
from
so you really
somebody
stepped
my
out on a
age.
limb with that one.
Yeah.
Huh?
But there's a lot of other people that I really like too. But I mean, top 3, those guys are definitely in the top 2.
One that we wouldn't think.
Master Ace.
All right, that's a real deep cut.
Yeah,
all right, that's a deep cut.
Yeah, Master Ace is dope, and he's one of those that's had a career that's like lasted forever.
Right.
He's still making music, but like a lot of times his stuff gets brushed by. But he had some classic joints back in the day. It's Sitting on Chrome album. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Fire.
it was like I really wanted you to say some real wild shit like Maganu and
Necro.
Quali, like not Wyclef, no, just Quali. I hear you on that. All right. And what about R&B? Where you going with the R&B?
Group.
90s.
90s
Male,
R&B
female.
group.
You know what I mean? Don't be afraid to cross genders there. Give me somebody that started out a male, now a female. Either or.
It's
It
where
be
we live
like
in.
that.
Hey, live how you want to live. Be who you want to be.
All out in the bag of chips.
R&B groups. We're still 90s, right?
90s. Just 90s.
I'm gonna give you a DJ answer, and then I'm gonna give you a regular answer. So there's certain songs that are so identifiable with me when I DJ,
Right.
as well as just songs and tracks that I throw on. So if we're gonna talk about groups, I'm talking on just on the DJ side. I'm definitely going next. And,
okay. All right. You know what's funny? People will forget that next.
Too close.
Right.
Do that. Doom, doom, doom.
Hey.
Boom, boom, boom.
Okay.
Boom, boom, boom.
Land is still next
Yeah.
in the cut. Like just play it and then And you know.
On a personal side, I Jodeci's dope, man. I mean, that's a little more, a little more explicit, a little more sexual than your two-step tune. But Jodeci got a lot of good songs. Man.
Jodeci does have a lot of good songs.
A lot of good songs.
But
a lot of them are not like. I
They're
don't
very
play
sexual.
a lot of. But
Jodeci is very sexual.
But DJ
music.
World, I don't play a lot, so that's why I kind of give one DJ one.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a shame that they're not still. I mean,
Jodeci.
maybe are they still making music? I don't even
They
know.
perform in Vegas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they perform in Vegas. So
Their catalog's
Boyz II Men
deep
does
enough
too.
that they should still be performing.
Boyz II Men and Jodeci perform in Vegas. Like they do it like 40 nights a year or something like that. It's crazy. Yeah. All right, but this was a good second half of Fairfax with Fairfax.
Hey.
We got one more installment. This has been as fun for everybody else as it is for me and Phil. Well, speak for myself.
It's delicious.
Magical. All right, we'll catch you after the break. From the director's little brother that brought you Soul Plane, we bring you Lethal Weapon 5. Not with Danny Glover and not with Mel Gibson, but with two relatively unknowns. Starring two guys you've never heard of that you might see again in the background of another movie.
Come on, everybody, come on.
Let's take a walk through the deepest part of the hood. I
wanna know who it was that said it was all good.
He must have never been to the corner and spent a half an hour longer where you could smell reality stronger. Where they sell you grease in a box and hope that you die quicker. And if you're old enough to walk to the store, you can buy liquor. Where you can find a dice game at any time of the night. And somebody gets shot or stabbed, every time is a fight.
Hey.
Where cats die in the blue
Ladies and
sky and the
gentlemen, we are
sunlight.
back. This
and
is
you bound to get
Fairfax.
clowned for not holding
Fairfax.
your gun
I'm
right.
back
For
with
little
my man
kids with
DJ
great
Phil
games.
here.
The police with a fake name. He's telling them, I'm Bobby Jackson from 3B.
Oh, boy. Yeah, no, I don't listen to a lot of Master Ace, I'll tell you that much. But I've heard like maybe 2 or 3 of his songs. I didn't hear this one, though. This is pretty good. I like it. Another deep cut from DJ Phil.
That's right.
And that's a deep cut from
I got some
DJ
fire.
Phil.
I'll send you a Spotify list because you don't burn CDs anymore.
I'll take a burnt CD. I'll leave it on top of my Alexa. Alexa, play this.
That's pretty much how it goes these days.
Oh, man. Yes, I was trying to think. I was like, how can I further ingratiate DJ Phil into the Fairfax community? And I was like, I used to have a movie review podcast called Golden Facts. And we would review a lot of hood movies and things of that nature. So I wanted to test your hood movie, your black movie vernacular. Who do you know, who you don't know? Do you think you're ready, DJ Phil?
I'm as ready as I'm gonna be.
The crowd's ready. They're warmed up. They can't
Turn
wait
up.
for you. Guys, he said turn. There we go. That's what
Hands
I
up,
want to say.
side to side. Put your fucking hands up if you're ready to rock. Come on.
Ever. Oh, okay. All right. We're going to keep a little point system here. I might do this with my guests from now on. Landis, I want you to keep track of this.
He's down.
For 100 points, Pac played a gangster in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Name the movie that Pac played the gangster in.
I have 2 answers.
Okay.
Above the Rim? Is that the one you're going for?
You know what? Acceptable.
It is, right? Because it could be Juice, too.
It could be Juice also, but acceptable. Above the Rim, Juice, acceptable.
Here's the thing. He was a bona fide gangster already in Above the Rim. In Juice, he was kind of like down with the crew, and then all of a sudden he was killing people.
Yep. I was
Like in Above the Rim, from the jump, you know that like you don't fuck with Pac.
He gets an extra 50.
Yeah, and Juice, it wasn't like that right away. Those are my 2 favorite Tupac movies, though.
Landis, he gets an extra 50 for knowing both.
Yep.
Okay.
And Pain by Tupac, the theme song, and Above the Rim, great song.
Extra
Cult
25.
classic.
Tack on an extra 25
A lot
of
of
that.
people don't rock with that Tupac song. Ja Rule actually did a cover of that.
If you have
back in
more
the day.
Tupac trivia, more Tupac.
Let me stop. Clearly, I grew up in the 90s. Let me stop.
You know, if you have more Pac stuff, you throw it out there, you get more points. That's how you get more points. This is how the game is played. You piggyback off your Pac knowledge, and it can only get you.
Big facts.
All right, so we're gonna play the 5 Degrees of Separation. So in that movie, Juice, we'll go with Juice. There was a young fat black character that I have been referred to, which I'm not fond of. Yes, I've been, as mean kids.
Yo, he doesn't die though.
In Juice, he dies. Oh no, he doesn't. No, he gets away. No, you're right. You're right. He gets away.
He survives in the hospital.
He's the only one that makes it out of a trigger happy Pac for some odd reason.
Yeah, him and it's fucked up. I can't even think. It's Pac. It's Omar Epps.
And the light skinned dude.
And the light skinned dude
that was in everything, but I don't.
And who was in a bunch of movies too. I know. I can't think.
He was in all of those
into,
'90s movies, and he was always like, "Oh, I'm the handsome black dude that That's
but like I don't think I ever seen the dude you're talking about. I think he got stabbed up or something, right? Or he gets shot. And he was in a stairwell, he was leaking, and then he's in the hospital, and he tells whoever that Pac's the one that
right. I mean, well, Pac just I mean, no one.
But
ever,
I don't think I ever saw that guy in another movie though.
He was in Lean on Me with Sam's.
Oh shit, you're right. Yeah.
I would tell that my next question was going to tell you who was he in Lean on Me. He was Sam's.
Lean on me.
Yeah, Sam's was like.
Sorry, you're right.
Morgan Freeman walks into the he walks into the bathroom. He's like, Sam's, you know these guys? Who? These guys? I could sing kind of like that also, too. Fairy side. Landis, you got to put my levels to the right.
Mary Jane.
It's on the right octave, so I can. Fairy.
Yo.
It's there. It's definitely you hear the like. If I was clear, you hear the.
I like it. You're a D'Angelo in the making.
You know what I mean? If I'm a few push-ups away from that too. You know what I mean? Don't you sweat it. What was? Let's see. In the movie Friday, what was Chris Tucker's character's name?
Smokey.
All right, that was easy. It was a softball, but you know what? It could easily be fucked up. There was a fat black character with cornrows after Smokey and Craig. Do you remember his name?
No, I definitely don't.
The Big Worm.
It was the Big Worm?
We were looking for Big Worm.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yes. Let's see. We'll go a little. Let's go. We're going to try to stay in that same. Did you see the second Friday? Omar with Mike Epps. As I almost said Omar with Mike Epps.
I have, but if
long time ago.
Yeah.
There's a skinny African who says "mudda sucker" a lot. Do you
is it Blackson?
Yes. Well, that's acceptable. We'll accept Blackson. Yes. Blackson acceptable. He doesn't have a first name. He's just a black guy.
It's Michael, right?
So Phil went with just Blackson. He was just some type of Blackson. Some type of Blackson is what he was going for. That's what he. You got it by fault. Yes.
Acceptable. Who is Blackson?
We will accept that. Yes, that works. Let's see. The father in Friday also plays a father.
John Witherspoon, right?
Yes, but he plays it. He plays a father to two twin boys in a hit '90s sitcom.
Oh yeah, Wayne's brothers. Yeah.
Okay, all right, nice. Okay.
We're happy and we're singing and we're colored.
No, we're happy and we're singing because we're colored, Phil. Okay? You wouldn't know anything about that, all right?
They did. They had, it was Electric Relaxation was the instrumental they played to that. I love that. It was great.
Oh, let's see. There was a pimp in the Wayne's Brothers. Do you remember his name? This is a deep cut. If you remember this, I give you a lot of credit. You remember the pimp's name, gold tooth. He had finger waves, very tacky. That was a hint. Very tacky is your hint.
You know, I can't place it, dude. I can't place it. And I know what you're referring to, and
Yeah.
I know it was another one of the well-known, predominant black actors, comedians of
If
that
he was
time.
in a police lineup, you feel like you could pick him out.
Yeah, but I don't.
He said, yeah.
I give
So
in.
defeated,
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, sorry.
TC.
Oh shit.
TC.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. In the show Jamie Foxx, there's a corny counterpart to Jamie.
Okay.
Do you remember his name?
No, not at all.
Braxton.
That was the guy at the hotel, right?
Yeah, the corny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Braxton
Yeah.
was the corny.
Okay.
All right.
I know who you're talking about. I just
Do you remember his love interest name? In Jamie Foxx.
the female.
The female.
Yeah, she was another really well-known actress of that time, but I don't know, dude.
Fancy.
Fancy. That's simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that was kind of a little bit. I don't want to say past my time, but like I was probably flirting with being done with high school-ish around that time, and just definitely not watching.
All right, so I'll give you something
Not
a little
watching TV.
I'll give you something a little bit more
Okay.
mainstream.
Yeah.
In the sitcom Martin had two friends. Name them both.
Tommy and the stupid guy.
What was the stupid guy's name?
Fuck. You see, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about.
The stupid guy. No, I
It
hear
was,
you.
he's a dumbass.
I hear you. I know you see him in your head as just, what's his name?
I'm not digging. You tell me.
Cole.
Cole, yeah. And it's. I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I was gonna say C. It's C. Cole. Okay,
Yes.
Cole.
For all of the points, do you remember what Tommy's job was?
You know, it's funny. We were just talking about the Wayans brothers. I was about to say he drove for UPS, but he didn't because that was one of the Wayans brothers.
Yes.
Fuck, I don't remember, man.
It's a trick question. It's a 3-part trick question. It's a trick question because everyone believed that Tommy actually didn't have a job. Every time he would describe where he'd worked, they was like,
Yo, I do. There was an episode of Martin where Biggie was actually in the episode. I think he performed like One More Chance.
Yes,
or some
he did.
Shit like that.
Yes,
yeah, that
he
was
did.
hot. Yeah.
Yep. They all thought Tommy didn't have a job. They would never actually say it, but he actually did have a job. He worked for Boys and Girls Center. So that's why they never actually said it, but he did actually have a job work for a Boys and Girls Center.
Yo, I remember losing my
Martin trivia.
shit because we're talking about Martin a couple years ago when Big Sean put that one song out where he redid the whole Martin shit in the
Hilarious.
video.
Yeah, he killed that. Yeah,
He killed it.
He killed it.
Dude, he killed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember many a nights going out and playing that song, and you'd always get that person out there like,
Yeah. Little known fact, Martin and Gina couldn't be next to each other the final season because Martin had a sexual harassment suit filed against him from Gina.
Really?
So if you remember how they shot the last season is shot where Martin is in LA trying to get a job and Gina's in New York. And they're deciding like they're both at like 2 different jobs. His is in LA, hers is in another place. And they shoot the whole like last season, them in different places.
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
at
because they
all.
couldn't be around each other.
That's
so that's why they shot
hilarious.
the whole last season.
Wait, so one of them filed the sexual
Well,
harassment suit against?
she said that Martin kept like harassing her, and she filed,
Really?
yeah,
That's funny.
yeah, crazy.
And she fucked up. He's got money.
Yeah, you know it has. Oh man. Yeah, I mean you did pretty good. Yeah, I mean I hit you with some deep cuts. You did pretty good.
I did okay.
Yeah, I just tried to, I was trying to see if I could drag a few out of you, see if you knew more than you actually did. You know, see what you were up late night doing. You know. Oh man, but yeah, this has been a pretty good episode. You have any gigs coming up?
Yeah, I mean, where I'm at, and again, it's not really public events quite yet
Right.
until the restrictions change. But shout outs to all of my my patient wedding couples that have kind of hung in there and not either look to jump the gun with rescheduling or jump the gun with canceling, because from all the indications that I get, it looks like their weddings are going to happen. So
Well, that's awesome. I mean, hopefully, that's
we're on the road to normalcy, 2021.
It'd be nice for normalcy as far as going to weddings. It's funny. I wonder how many weddings. You missed a ton. I mean, I'm just thinking like people just didn't get married or went to the Justice of Peace and got married. There's a lot of that. A lot of cheap weddings. A lot of guys saved a lot of money.
Yeah, they did
over this pandemic.
They certainly did.
He said, "We can't have them. What do you want me to do? Of course I want to see your mother." Oh, man, that's great. All right, well, this is another episode of Fairfax with Fairfax in the books. DJ Phil, thanks for coming on.
Dude, thank you for having me. Appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, definitely have you on again, ladies and gentlemen.
My guy. My guy right here.
Good night. Hopefully we'll have some funny skits coming up for you, too. And, ladies and gentlemen, after these messages, we'll be right back.